The ocean is vast, endless, and full of whispers. Each wave carries a secret. Each current hides a memory. The sea is not only water, but a living voice. Beneath the surface lies a kingdom older than time. It is a realm of coral towers and pearl-lit halls. It is the throne of Poseidon, lord of the deep. But Poseidon is more than a god with a trident. He is a guardian of balance, a keeper of silence. The ocean speaks through him, calm yet powerful. And sometimes it calls him to places unknown, places where myths are buried in shadows, places where light struggles to reach. Tonight, we journey into those depths. We follow Poseidon as he listens to the hidden call. We drift with him beyond the familiar tides, past reefs glowing with life, past creatures who move like dreams, into the dark, where mystery waits. This is not a tale of battles or storms. It is a story of secrets, reflection, and truth. It is about the silence beneath the waves. Welcome to Poseidon and the hidden depths. The ocean begins with a whisper. It is soft, like a secret spoken in the dark. It is endless, stretching farther than the eye can dream. Waves rise and fall like breathing. The tide moves like a heartbeat of the earth. This is the rhythm Poseidon knows well, for he is not only ruler, but listener. The call of the sea reaches him in every moment. Sometimes it is gentle, a lullaby. Sometimes it is restless, full of questions. On this night, it is something else. It is urgent, deep, and strange. Poseidon pauses and listens more closely. He feels the pull of a hidden current. It whispers of secrets waiting to be found. It stirs the calm surface of his thoughts. He knows the ocean never speaks without reason. Every ripple carries intention. Every echo carries truth. The god stands upon his watery throne. Coral glimmers in quiet colors around him. Schools of silverfish move like living stars. Dolphins pass, singing songs older than men. Yet Poseidon's gaze drifts downward, toward the unseen places of the deep. There, shadows weave with silence. There, the ocean hides what it does not reveal. He wonders what lies beneath that veil. He wonders why the sea itself would call. Is it memory? Is it warning? Or is it something even older? The waves crash softly as if to answer. They invite him to descend. They beckon him to trust. And so he prepares to leave his palace of light. The familiar halls of pearl and stone. The gentle laughter of nymphs and spirits. The songs of the surface carried by the wind. He leaves them all behind. He moves into the vastness. The water grows cooler around him. The colors fade from bright turquoise to deep blue. Creatures stir at his passing. Some are curious, some are shy. Yet all recognize the master of the sea. Poseidon does not speak. He listens. Every bubble, every wave is a voice. The deeper he goes, the more ancient the sound. It is no longer the sea of sailors. No, longer the sea of myths told by mortals. This is the sea before memory. This is the place where time itself slows. Poseidon's thoughts turn inward. He feels the vastness reflected in his soul, a mirror of endless water within. It humbles him, yet strengthens him, for he knows he is part of something greater. And tonight, that something has chosen him to hear, chosen him to see. The current grows stronger. It wraps around him like guiding hands. It carries him farther from the surface, farther into the unknown. He does not resist. He surrenders to the flow, because he knows the ocean is both mystery and truth. It never leads without purpose. It never calls without meaning. And so Poseidon follows the call of the ocean. He follows it into the hidden depths, into the silence that waits below, into the beginning of a story that only the sea can tell. Beneath the surface, silence blooms like a hidden kingdom. Here the ocean shapes a world untouched by mortal eyes. It is a realm where coral rises like towers. Pearls glow faintly as if holding the light of stars. Seaweed sways like banners in an unseen breeze. Fish dart like sparks through halls of living stone. This is Poseidon's domain, vast and unmeasured. A place where beauty does not seek witness, only existence. The silent kingdom, older than legends, patient as the tide. It is not a palace built for glory. It is a sanctuary, breathing in rhythm with the sea. Poseidon moves through it as a shepherd, not a conqueror. Every creature, great or small, is bound to his care. The dolphins that leap in joy above, the crabs that scuttle across hidden sands, the whales that sing long songs of memory, all belong to the harmony he protects. The kingdom thrives in balance, not in power. It thrives because Poseidon listens more than he commands. Here, silence speaks. Here, stillness teaches. He drifts past coral arches grown like cathedral doors. He passes gardens of anemones blooming in colors untold. Tiny seahorses ride the currents like pilgrims. A manta glides above, vast and solemn. This is the ocean as library, not battlefield. Each stone is a page, each ripple is a verse. Poseidon knows its language. He reads it not with eyes, but with soul. Mortals pray for his storms or fear his waves. But they rarely understand this gentler truth, that his true throne is silence, that his true crown is patience. The silent kingdom holds memories long forgotten. It remembers when the first river kissed the sea. It remembers the songs sung before men could speak. It remembers the first dawn reflected on water. These memories breathe in every bubble, in every tide. Poseidon carries them as both burden and gift. He does not hoard them. He keeps them safe, like treasures of spirit. Sometimes, mortals dream of such a place. They call it Atlantis, or Paradise Lost. But the silent kingdom is not lost. It has never left. It lives beneath them, waiting unseen. And yet, it is not for all to enter. Its doors do not open to greed. Its halls do not shine for ambition. They open only for those who listen. They shine only for those who wonder. Poseidon lingers within these depths. He feels the weight of its calm. It is both home and reminder that the sea does not belong to him. He belongs to it. Every stone, every creature is greater than his reign. And that is the secret of his rule. He rules by serving. He guards by yielding. The silent kingdom watches him as he passes, not with eyes, but with presence. It knows its lord is restless tonight. It knows he listens for another call. The corals whisper in colors. The fish scatter like sudden thoughts. The very water shifts with a quiet warning. Something beyond the silent kingdom stirs. Something waits where the light cannot follow. Poseidon feels the pull again. It tugs at him like a tide unseen. And though he loves this sanctuary, he knows the journey is not meant to end here. The kingdom is peace, but not the answer. The answer lies deeper, where silence grows darker. So he leaves the still halls behind. He moves past towers of coral and pearl. He drifts toward the shadow beyond the kingdom, the place where mystery waits. The silent kingdom watches, silent as ever. Its calm remains, but its lord departs, and the ocean deepens into uncharted night. From the quiet depths, a sound rises like breath. It is faint, yet it carries across the water like light. It is not the song of whales, nor the call of dolphins. It is older, softer, a melody shaped by silence. Poseidon pauses in his path and listens. The ocean itself seems to hold still. Every fin, every shell, every ripple grows quiet. The melody drifts upward from a trench below. It is a place few creatures dare to swim, a place where even light trembles before entering. Yet the song moves freely, clear and bright. It is a song without words, yet full of meaning. It hums with memory. It glimmers with promise. Poseidon closes his eyes to hear more deeply. The music carries images into his mind. A sea before storms, a world before names. A calm that stretched across waters, endless and pure. The melody sings of origins beyond time. It carries truths unspoken, yet undeniable. Poseidon feels the notes stir something within him. A part of him he has long forgotten. A part that remembers silence before power. The melody lingers, soft as a touch. It weaves through the current like a thread of gold. It calls not to the god, but to the listener. It does not demand, it invites. Poseidon opens his eyes. The trench waits below like a mouth of shadow. Its edges are carved with mystery. Its depths shimmer faintly with hidden light. The song pours from it like a river unseen. It flows around him, asking nothing but presence. He lets it surround him. He lets it seep into his spirit. The melody speaks again, not in words, but in feeling. It tells him he is part of the ocean, not above it. It reminds him that even gods must listen. He wonders who first sang it. Was it the sea itself? Was it the first wave that touched the world? Or was it something deeper, something older still? Poseidon cannot know, but he feels its truth. The song is not meant to be solved. It is meant to be heard. He thinks of mortals who lean close to seashells. They listen for echoes of the tide. What they hear is only a shadow of this song. Yet even that shadow stirs wonder in their hearts. If they could hear the true melody, would they understand? Or would they fear what they could not explain? Poseidon lets the question drift away. He is not here to measure mortal hearts. He is here to follow the music. It curls around him like a guiding hand. It leads him toward the trench, patient and sure. He feels both wonder and unease. For every song carries both beauty and weight. This melody is no exception. It holds truth, but also demand. It asks him to listen fully. It asks him to surrender judgment. Poseidon breathes deep, though water surrounds him. The sound fills him more than air could. He knows he must descend. He must find the source of the forgotten song. For it does not belong to the past alone. It belongs to the present, to this moment. And perhaps it belongs to him. The ocean stirs as if in agreement. Currents wrap around him in gentle embrace. The trench below darkens, yet the melody shines. It waits for him, unbroken, unafraid. So Poseidon dives into the shadowed mouth. He follows the golden thread of music. He follows it into the unseen deep, into the song that remembers all things. The deeper Poseidon drifts, the darker the waters become. Shadows fold around him like endless curtains. Yet within the stillness, lights begin to bloom. Not the sun, not fire, but living sparks of the deep. Creatures glow with colors unknown to the surface. Jellies drift like lanterns, slow and patient. Tiny fish flicker like stars scattered across a void. Their light is gentle, but it shows him a path. The trench is not empty. It is alive with watchers unseen by mortals. They are not beasts of fear, but beings of silence. Their shapes move with grace beyond words. Some shimmer with wings of translucent glass. Others glide with forms half shadow, half light. They gather at the edges of the trench, eyes bright, voices hushed, presence vast. Poseidon feels them before he sees them. Their attention presses softly against his spirit. They do not attack, they observe. They do not speak, yet their silence is language. These are the watchers of the deep, ancient, patient, and bound to the abyss. Their gaze is not judgment, but measure. They weigh the one who enters their domain. Poseidon lowers his trident in respect. He does not brandish it. He carries it lightly. For he knows power here is not authority. It is humility. It is listening. The watchers drift closer, circles of light and dark. They move in unison, like a current made of souls. Poseidon feels questions flow into his mind. They do not speak with tongues, but with thought. They ask why he follows the song. They ask if he seeks to claim it. They ask if he will bend it to his will. Poseidon answers without words. He lets his heart speak instead. He shows them his desire to listen. He shows them he does not come for power. He comes for truth, for understanding. The watchers seem to pause. Their lights brighten, then soften again. The current around him shifts, calm and approving. He has not been rejected. He has been allowed to continue. One of the watchers drifts closer. Its form is vast, yet delicate. Its eyes glow like moons beneath the sea. It does not speak, but Poseidon hears it. Go deeper, listener of tides. The words are felt, not heard. Truth waits where silence is oldest. The watcher turns and glides into the trench. The others follow, moving like constellations. Poseidon moves behind them, a guest in their company. The deeper they go, the more silence thickens. It presses like velvet, heavy yet gentle. Every sound fades but the faint song. It remains steady, pulling him onward. The watchers guide him through pillars of stone, through caverns carved by waters before men walked, through tunnels where light and shadow entwine. They do not rush, they drift, as if time itself slows for them. Poseidon feels himself changing in their presence. His pride loosens, his spirit softens. He is not ruler here, he is student. He follows not as a god, but as a seeker. The trench deepens into mystery. The watchers remain beside him, eternal and calm. And in their silence, Poseidon begins to understand. Some truths are not guarded by walls. They are guarded by those who see without speaking. They are guarded by the watchers of the deep. And tonight, they have chosen to guide him, chosen him to walk deeper into the silence, chosen him to hear what waits beyond fear. The melody still hums ahead, pure and patient. And the watchers drift beside him, steady as stars. Together, they descend into the hidden night. The trench narrows as Poseidon follows the watchers deeper. Walls of stone rise like ancient towers. Their surfaces shimmer with faint, shifting patterns. The designs are not random. They move like scripts alive with memory. They pulse gently as if they breathe. Poseidon slows, his gaze caught by the markings. He senses they are older than gods, older than the first prayer whispered to the sea. The watchers drift beside him in silence. Their lights play across the carvings, shadows stretch, bend, and rearrange. Suddenly, Poseidon feels words in his mind. Not spoken, not sung, but remembered. The walls are storytellers of stone. They hold echoes of what once was. Poseidon reaches out, not with hands, but with spirit. The carvings bloom brighter as he listens. Visions rise from the stone like mist. He sees oceans untouched by land. He sees creatures vast as mountains swimming free. He sees the sea before names, before crowns. It is a realm of pure, unshaped power. The vision shifts, and he sees a figure. Not mortal, not God, but something deeper. It moves with the rhythm of tides. Its eyes shine with endless patience. It holds no weapon, no throne. yet its presence bends the ocean around it. Poseidon understands this is an ancient, one who walked the sea before Olympus was born, one who shaped currents with thought alone. The vision trembles, fading like foam, but a whisper remains in his mind. Balance is not given, it is remembered. Poseidon breathes slowly, the words sinking deep. The watchers hover close, watching his reaction. They do not explain, they simply wait. The trench grows darker as he moves on, but inside him, a light stirs. It is not fire, but understanding. He realizes he is not the first listener. Others have come before. They too followed the song of the deep. They too sought truth hidden in silence. Some turned away, unready to hear. Some stayed, leaving echoes in stone. And now Poseidon walks their path. The melody grows clearer with each step. It weaves into the carvings around him. The walls seem to hum along. Stone and song become one. The trench feels less like a prison. It feels like a temple. Not a place of worship, but of memory. Poseidon feels humbled within its halls. His trident, once a symbol of command, feels lighter. Here it is not a weapon, but a key. He presses forward, guided by the watchers. Their lights reflect in the stone patterns. It looks like constellations beneath the sea, as if the ocean mirrors the heavens. The melody swells, softer yet deeper. It is no longer only sound. It is emotion. A call not to rule, but to remember. Poseidon's heart stirs with questions. Why has the song chosen him? Why now, after ages of silence? He does not know, but he feels ready. The trench narrows again, becoming a corridor. The walls shimmer brighter, glowing with script. The visions return, softer this time. He sees mortals walking along shores. They raise their eyes to the sea in awe. They do not fear, they honor. The ocean provides, and they listen. This balance is fragile, yet precious. The vision fades, leaving only silence. Poseidon closes his eyes and whispers thanks. The melody answers with warmth. The watchers drift ahead, beckoning. The corridor opens into vastness, a cavern larger than cities. Its ceiling is hidden in shadows. Its floor glitters with crystal sand. At the center, a light pulses slowly. It beats like the heart of the ocean. Poseidon feels its rhythm match his own. The song leads him toward it. Every step feels heavier, yet truer. The watchers stop at the cavern's edge. They do not enter. This part of the path is for him alone. Poseidon steadies himself. He knows he has reached a threshold. Beyond this point lies revelation. And with revelation, change. He takes a breath, calm and resolute. Then he steps forward, toward the light. Poseidon steps into the cavern, leaving the watchers behind. The silence grows thicker, almost alive. The light at the center pulses like a heartbeat. Each glow expands, then contracts, steady and calm. The cavern walls shimmer with soft reflections. It feels like standing inside a living heart. The melody threads through the chamber like water. It calls him closer with patient tones. Poseidon's trident hums faintly in response. The song resonates through metal and bone alike. He walks slowly across the crystal sand. Each step echoes like a drumbeat in the deep. The light swells as he nears. It reveals itself not as flame, but as sphere, a globe of water, suspended in air. It turns gently, shining from within. Its glow is not blinding, but soothing. It feels ancient, yet endlessly new. Poseidon stops before it, humbled. The sphere is alive, though it has no form. It is a memory wrapped in light. It is a voice given shape. And when Poseidon listens, it speaks, not with words, but with essence. The melody pours into his mind like tide. He sees oceans rise and fall through ages. He sees mortals build villages beside the sea. He sees storms that destroy and calm that restores. The sphere shows both giving and taking. It shows the balance the ocean demands. Poseidon bows his head. He knows this truth already, but here it is clearer. The sea is not owned. It is not ruled. It is shared, eternal, and alive. The sphere pulses brighter as if it hears his thought. Then the visions shift. He sees God standing above mortals. He sees thrones upon thrones, each claiming power. He sees pride heavier than storms, and he sees silence waiting beneath it all. The silence is not emptiness. It is warning. Poseidon breathes slowly, letting the message sink. Balance can be broken by pride. When pride rules, silence follows. And in silence, the ocean withdraws. The sphere glows softer, almost sorrowful. Poseidon feels a weight settle on his spirit. The song quiets, then changes. It becomes tender, like a lullaby. It carries not warning, but hope. Visions bloom again, gentler this time. He sees mortals offering gifts to the waves, not out of fear, but gratitude. He sees children laughing at the shore. He sees sailors guided by stars, safe in trust. The sea answers kindness with abundance. This is balance remembered. Poseidon closes his eyes. The melody fills him like breath. He feels himself less a god, more a guardian, a part of the sea, not above it. When he opens his eyes, the sphere brightens. Its light stretches out like hands of water. It touches his trident, then his heart. The song pours into him fully. It does not bind, it frees. It is not a crown, but a reminder. A bond deeper than words. Poseidon feels strength flow through him, but tempered. It is not command, but clarity. Not control, but connection. The cavern hums as if alive. The walls glow faintly, carrying the song outward. The ocean itself listens. Poseidon whispers into the silence. I hear you. His voice echoes like a ripple through the chamber. The sphere pulses once, then stills. The melody softens, fading into calm. It has given what it needed to share. Poseidon bows deeply in respect. He does not demand more. He does not linger in pride. He simply accepts. The cavern remains quiet, but peaceful. Poseidon turns, ready to leave. The path behind him glimmers faintly. The watchers wait beyond the threshold. They do not move, but he feels their gaze. They know he has listened. They know he carries the song within now. Poseidon walks toward them, steady and changed. The cavern dims behind him, yet the melody remains. Not in the stone, not in the sphere, but in him. He carries the silence and the song together, and he knows his journey is only beginning. Poseidon emerges from the cavern, carrying the song within. The watchers drift aside, silent and calm. Their lights flicker like acknowledgement, like farewell. He feels their gaze, not heavy, but approving. They do not follow as he ascends. Their role was only to guide him here. The path upward opens like a widening current. The trench breathes with ancient stillness behind him. But ahead, the ocean seems brighter. Colors return, soft blues and silver streams. Creatures stir in the water, sensing change. They move with curiosity, drawn to his presence. It is not fear they feel, it is recognition. The song hums inside him, steady and true. Its rhythm matches the tide's eternal pull. As he rises, Poseidon senses more than before. Every ripple feels alive with meaning. Every current carries voices of memory. He hears dolphins singing in playful harmony. He hears whales calling across distances vast. Each sound weaves into the song inside him. It is no longer faint or hidden. It is everywhere, a living symphony. Poseidon closes his eyes as he drifts. The music guides him, deeper than thought. He realizes he has changed, not in strength, but in vision. He does not see only ocean and throne. He sees a world breathing through balance. And he knows the sea chose him for this. The watchers fade into distance behind him, but their silence lingers in his heart. He remembers their patience, their stillness. It reminds him that truth does not shout. It whispers, waiting for those who listen. Above him, faint light filters from the surface. It grows stronger with every upward beat. Yet Poseidon does not rush. The song asks him to move with care, to carry what he has learned slowly, like tide rising, steady, deliberate. He glances at his trident. Its glow has softened, no longer fierce. It feels lighter, almost part of him. Not a weapon, but a vessel of harmony. He grips it gently, in gratitude. Then the ocean shifts again. The current swirls, circling around him. It carries whispers that are not the song. They are voices, faint but urgent. Voices of mortals upon the shore. Poseidon listens closely. He hears prayers carried on the waves. Some cry for calm seas and safety. Some plead for storms to end their drought. Some whisper thanks for bountiful harvests. Each voice touches him differently. Each one feels woven into the ocean's heart. Poseidon understands now. The song is not only for him, it is a bridge between gods and mortals, a thread of balance binding sea and land. The current steadies as if in agreement. The song swells inside him, strong and tender. It asks him to remember these voices, to honor them in each tide, each storm. He breathes deeply, letting the prayers sink. The ocean is not his possession. It is a chorus of lives intertwined. Poseidon feels both humbled and uplifted. He rises closer to the surface. The water brightens around him. Sunlight scatters like golden threads through waves. He breaks through, entering a sky painted with dawn. The air tastes sharp, filled with salt and wind. The world above feels lighter yet fragile. Poseidon gazes at the horizon. The sea stretches endless, both giver and taker. And now he carries its hidden song. Not as ruler, but as guardian. Not as owner, but as listener. The journey has changed him, and the world will soon feel that change. The dawn sky spreads wide above Poseidon as he breaks the surface. Waves roll gently, carrying gold from the rising sun. The air is cool, sharp with salt and wind. For the first time, he listens to both sea and sky. The song inside him weaves with the world above. Every breath feels tied to tide and horizon. He closes his eyes and lets the silence speak. It is not empty. It carries the memory of the deep. It carries the whispers of mortals on distant shores. Their prayers drift through the currents even here. He feels them woven into the heartbeat of the sea. Some voices tremble with fear of storms. Others plead for food, for calm, for safety. And many whisper thanks, soft and sincere. Poseidon listens with care, humbled by their trust. Each voice is part of the balance, each one a reminder of his bond with them. The song within him rises like tide at dawn. It is not a command, but a promise, a vow to guard, not to dominate. The waves seem to nod in agreement. The ocean breathes with him, steady and vast. He lifts his trident, not in power, but reverence. Its glow is gentle, softened by the melody. He does not raise storms. He does not summon waves. Instead, he lets the sea rest in peace. For power is not always in force. Sometimes it is in restraint, in listening. The horizon stretches wide, endless and calling. Beyond it, mortals wake to their lives. They do not know he carries the hidden song, but they will feel it in calmer tides. They will feel it in storms that guide, not punish. They will feel it in the rhythm of harvest and rest. Poseidon watches the shore in the distance. He sees fires of villages, faint against the dawn. He imagines fishermen setting out with hope. Children running barefoot at the edge of waves. Mothers whispering thanks to the tide. All these lives bound to the sea's mercy. And he, guardian of tides, feels their bond. The song within him swells, rich and tender. It reminds him of the watcher's silence, of the cavern's sphere of light, of the truth carried in currents and stone. Balance is not given, it is remembered. The words echo like tide returning to shore. He whispers them aloud, soft but firm. The sea answers with a gentle wave. It laps at his arms as if in blessing. Poseidon feels no throne beneath him now, no crown of conquest upon his head. He feels only connection, vast and unbroken. The ocean is not his possession. It is his companion, his eternal teacher. The melody softens into his very breath. He knows it will guide him in all tides, not to rule but to remember, not to take but to give. The horizon brightens with morning light. Seabirds circle above, calling to one another. Their wings catch the sun like silver blades. The world awakens, alive with harmony. Poseidon smiles, rare and quiet. He knows the hidden depths will remain within him. Silent, patient, eternal. He has become their keeper. Not a warden, but a listener. Not a ruler, but a guardian of balance. And in that role, he feels greater than any crown. The sea hums with him, endless and free. Together, they rise into the promise of day. The morning grows brighter as Poseidon drifts near the shore. The waves lap softly, calm as if listening to him. He gazes at the coastline, alive with mortal life. Villagers rise, their fires smoke gently in the air. Fishermen prepare nets, pushing boats into the tide. Children laugh, chasing seabirds across wet sand. Each sound weaves into the song within him. It is not a hymn, but a heartbeat, a rhythm binding sea and land together. Poseidon watches unseen, his form hidden by mist. He does not wish to startle their mourning. Instead, he listens, letting their lives speak. Every gesture carries trust in the ocean's mercy. Every prayer rests upon the rhythm of waves. He feels the weight of this bond, not as a burden, but as a gift. The trident hums softly in his hand. Its glow is faint, almost like a pulse. He lowers it into the water gently. The sea responds with ripples of light, a signal that balance has been renewed. The villagers notice the calmness of tide. They whisper that the sea is kind today. Some bow their heads in gratitude. Others simply smile, hearts eased by peace. Poseidon feels their hope travel through him. It warms him more than any crown could. The hidden song is no longer secret. It breathes through every tide and current. He knows this is only the beginning. The world above must learn harmony too. Mortals and gods, sea and land, all bound. The balance must be guarded gently. He rises higher, just beyond the breakers. Sunlight catches his figure, shimmering faintly. A few fishermen pause, eyes wide with wonder. They whisper of a presence beyond mortal sight. Some claim to see the god of the sea. Others believe it is the ocean itself. Poseidon lets the mystery linger between them. For truth is not always meant to be spoken. Sometimes it must be felt in silence. He raises his gaze to the horizon. Storm clouds gather faintly in the distance. The song within him stirs with warning. It is not anger, but necessity. Storms must come, as drought must end. Balance requires both calm and unrest. He understands this now more than ever. A storm is not punishment, but renewal. It is tide returning to cleanse and restore. He will guide it with care, not wrath. Mortals may fear, but they will also learn. The sea teaches through both stillness and storm. Poseidon listens as gulls cry overhead. Their wings slice through golden morning air. The world feels alive with voices and echoes. Every note threads into the eternal song. The watcher's silence still lingers in his memory. They had no need for words, only presence. He now carries that lesson above the waves. Power does not always command. Sometimes it simply listens. The trident hums again, brighter this time. It aligns with the storm's distant rhythm. Poseidon steadies his hand upon it. He whispers a promise into the wind, to guide storms with care, to guard mortals with balance, to honor the depths that entrusted him. The sea answers with a swell of calm. It cradles him like an eternal vow. The horizon waits, endless and patient. Poseidon turns toward it, ready to continue. The song is no longer hidden. It is alive, carried by every wave. And with it, so is he. The horizon darkens as clouds gather slowly above the sea. Winds shift, carrying a restless breath across the waves. Poseidon feels the song within him stir with weight. It is not fear that fills him, but clarity. The storm ahead is not chaos, but balance. Every tide must rise, every sky must turn. He watches the rolling clouds build their rhythm. Lightning flickers faintly like whispers of ancient voices. Mortals on shore glance nervously at the sky. Fishermen pull their boats closer to land. Mothers call children away from the waves. Prayers rise like smoke, carried into the wind. Poseidon listens to them, every word a thread. He knows storms inspire both dread and reverence. They remind mortals of power beyond their grasp. But they also cleanse, restore, and renew. He raises his trident, letting the sea's song flow. Its glow pulses with the heartbeat of the storm. The ocean answers with a deep, steady swell. It lifts him higher like a throne of waves. But he does not sit as ruler now. He stands as guide, conductor of balance. The storm hums with rising energy. Each gust of wind joins the eternal song. Each wave crashes in rhythm with the deep. Poseidon does not command them with force. He listens, then shapes. Like a hand guiding clay, he bends the storm to its truest path. Not to destroy, but to cleanse the coast. Rain begins to fall, soft at first. Each drop sings like a note in the melody. The land drinks, the rivers swell with relief. Crops will flourish from this gift of storm. But the storm must not grow cruel. Balance demands mercy as much as strength. Poseidon whispers into the gale. His voice threads with thunder, calm and steady. The lightning bends, striking far out at sea. The waves rise high, but not to swallow. They crest and fall, teaching rhythm, not wrath. Mortals watch from the shore, eyes wide in awe. They see fury, but also restraint. They do not see a god's hand guiding, yet they feel it, unspoken, undeniable. Their prayers soften into gratitude. The storm turns from fear into reverence. Poseidon steadies the trident with care. Its glow fades, merging with storm and sea. The song inside him swells with harmony. For the storm has joined the melody. It is no longer wild, but whole. Every gust, every wave, every drop aligned. The watcher's silence echoes in his mind. He remembers their lesson. Balance is eternal. Not silence against sound, but unity within it. The storm reaches its peak, then softens. Rain falls steady, feeding fields and rivers. The waves retreat, leaving calm in their wake. Lightning flickers once more, then fades. The clouds break, letting sunlight pierce through. The storm has passed, leaving renewal behind. Mortals step out, their faces lifted with awe. They whisper thanks to the sea, to the unseen. Some bow, Others sing quiet prayers of joy. They do not know Poseidon stands beyond the breakers, but they feel the gift he has given. He lowers the trident, silent and calm. The song inside him is steady, fulfilled. This was no conquest, no punishment. It was harmony, woven through storm and tide. Poseidon breathes deeply, salt and rain on his lips. He gazes at the horizon, vast and waiting. The journey is not over, but today he has learned to guide the storm. And in that lesson, he feels the sea's trust. The sea lies calm beneath a sky of fading gold. Waves move gently, no longer burdened by storm or unrest. Poseidon stands at the boundary of sea and horizon. The trident rests at his side, its glow subdued and tender. The song within him hums steady, no longer hidden. It is part of him now, inseparable, eternal. He looks back at the world of mortals. Villages rest in peace, their fires glowing softly. Boats sway safely in harbors kissed by calm tides. Children's laughter drifts faintly over the water. Each sound folds into the rhythm of balance. He realizes the journey was never about conquest. It was about remembrance, about listening. The hidden depths had not given him power. They had given him understanding. Balance cannot be claimed, only honored. Poseidon lifts his gaze to the endless sky. Stars begin to shimmer, scattered like pearls above. Their light joins the ocean's silver surface. Sea and sky mirror each other in quiet harmony. He whispers a vow to both. To be guardian, not master. To be listener, not conqueror. The ocean swells gently, answering his promise. It wraps around him like a living embrace. The trident hums in agreement, softer than a sigh. He knows its glow will never fade fully. It will remain, a reminder of the depth's gift. The watchers drift into his memory once more. Silent, patient, eternal as the trench itself. Their presence lingers without words. They had trusted him to carry the song, and he will, through every tide and storm. Mortals will not always see him, but they will feel him in the sea's rhythm, in storms that cleanse, in waves that nurture, in the balance that breathes through all life. Poseidon breathes deeply, filling himself with salt and wind. His heart beats in time with the tide. No longer separate, he is sea and sea is him. He smiles, rare and unguarded. The hidden depths no longer feel hidden. They live in every current, every shimmer of light. And through him, they will never be forgotten. He turns toward the horizon, endless and waiting. The world is vast, filled with countless shores. Each one whispers with prayers and hope. Each one deserves the balance he now carries. The journey does not end here. It begins anew with every wave. Poseidon lowers the trident gently into the sea. Its glow merges with the water, fading into calm. He does not lose it, for it is within him now. The melody lingers in his breath, eternal. He steps forward, letting the ocean embrace him. The surface ripples once, then smooths. The sea swallows him, yet he is not gone. He is everywhere, in current, in tide, in song. Above, the stars blaze brighter in the night. Mortals look up, some whispering prayers, some silent. They feel the calm, the blessing of balance. None see Poseidon, yet all know his presence. He is with them, always. In silence, in storm, in the depths unseen. The ocean hums, eternal and free. And with it, Poseidon endures. Not as ruler, but as guardian. Not as conqueror, but as listener. Keeper of the hidden depths, forever.